It was not their night tonight, but it was the night for the Sharjah Warriors to get on the board. They pick up the points, their first of the DP World ILT20 Season 2. And didn't they love it? The Capitals will be very disappointed with that, but we know it's early days in this tournament. But that man, Johnson Charles, what a performance by him. And he is joining me alongside Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram. Very excited to hear about his performance tonight. Let's take a look at the match summary. So a big victory by 5 wickets for the Sharjah Warriors, as I say, on the board. And there was plenty to unpack from that scorecard, which I'm going to do very shortly with these guests that I mentioned earlier, Waqar, Wasim and Johnson Charles, with a very, very impressive looking belt. And you'll be wanting to hold on to that. It really suits you, that colour, the whole thing. Congratulations. How are you feeling after that performance tonight?
Oh, I'm feeling great. It was a lovely night out. And I'm just glad that, we finally get onto the points board. It was very crucial.
I know you'll be wanting to hold on to that green belt. You've had 2 good performances with the bat now. What's brought this on? Has something clicked in the nets, or is it just a continuation of some good form for you personally?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a continuation, and I'm just looking to continue as long as possible. It's been a great year, and now playing the DP World ILT20 for the first time, I'm just looking to get off my team to a good start and continue, and hopefully we'll win this tournament.
So look, we nickname you JC, okay? And the reason, let me check first. Oh, this guy is strong. The biggest 6 in this tournament, 102 meters. That was huge. You played your game though. The ball was seaming around early on. So what was the plan?
The plan was to definitely take on the short side. Once they come onto the wicket, come straight, I'm just gonna, take on the short side, and it worked. After that, they went to the long side, which I just had to just rotate the strike.
And you lost early wickets as well, but I think the best thing you did was you stick to your game. You said, okay, I lost wickets, but I'm going to play my game, power hitting and all.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's important because while we want to consolidate and rebuild, it's also important that I play my game so we still stick to the the run rate.
Look, what I have noticed, Charles, that anything in your zone, you didn't really care about the run rate. You thought, okay, if it's there, I'm just going to go after that. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Because like I said, it's about keeping up with the run rate, and it's very crucial that you play your game so that the team benefits.
It was incredible innings, massive shots, big sixes, and green belt. The best batter.
I'm worried about you. You've got a game in a couple of days. Let me take that off and put that over here. It's beautiful, but it's heavy.
DP World ILT20 Season 2, highest run getter. So what is the aim? You're going to keep that belt?
Definitely, and that's my favorite color. So I'm definitely going to look to keep it. That's it.
And you also like UFC, you just mentioned a little while ago.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you think of this belt as a better than the what you call it, the medal or a trophy? This belt is something new, something different. Am I right?
Yeah, different, and it suits me. So I'm going to look to keep it, and that's a good gesture.
What about these shoes then? Can I just give you those shoes? You can go with the belt.
You're going to go away very shiny from this tournament.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that would, complement the belt. Very nice color. Just hope it's my size.
There's a bit on here, right? Let's have a little look at some more of your performance tonight. And what was the thing? I mean, talk us through it for you from the get-go. The boundaries you hit. I mean, you made it look so effortless.
Yeah, I think it's because I kept my shape very long, so it looks effortless. But the whole process behind it was just keep the run rate up. Even if we lost wickets, it's play my game, and consolidate in the middle and finish off.
And when Dubai came on to bat with the new ball, you noticed they struggled with the new ball. The ball was swinging, the ball was stopping, especially David Warner, but you didn't when you came out to bat. Everything was coming nicely onto your bat.
Yeah, it was swinging a bit at the start. It was seaming also, but the ball moves and I move also. So it's all a matter of playing mind games also.
That's how important is mind games when you bat, especially with in first power play, in first 6 overs?
It's important because the bowler is definitely looking to take a wicket. So as a batsman, I'm looking to move around, have him thinking what I'm going to do next while, just trying to stay on top of it.
Yeah, it is difficult for a bowler, especially in first 6 overs, a batter like you who's moving around to actually bowl where you want to bowl.
Yeah, and I'm good on the, the length ball also. So moving around, it gives me a bit of time to see the ball, you know. So, and playing these mind games with the bowler, it's quite thrilling.
Brilliant innings. We really enjoyed it.
Sorry, one more question. Well, is this different pitch than what Sharjah and Dubai?
Well, definitely this one is different from Sharjah. Sharjah is a lot lower, you know, just skids on, but this one has more bounce, and you know, it plays right into my corner.
So you like a lot more bounce than the Sharjah wicket. This is your kind of pitch.
Yeah, definitely, because I like to play square of the wicket. So the more bounce, for me, once it's not hitting the stump, that's very good for me, so I'm going to take it on.
You and your opening partner in Sharjah did a great job, put on a great performance with the bat, set up a great platform for your team there. Not to be tonight. Martin Guptill, just what happened there? Just explain that to me. I'm not going to go home and talk about it with him.
You probably will, Laura.
Probably will. What happened there? Did he tell you to run?
Yeah, definitely, but I don't think we had a call there. But by the time that, you know, he was half pitch and I said no, I think he was just out of it.
I've never had to yell at him before, so I don't know how loud you have to go there.
Ball watching.
He was looking for me in the crowd.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. No. He already knew where I was sitting. Just joking. The feeling within the Sharjah Warriors camp, it was a frustrating loss, I'm sure, for you for the first match there. But you seem to have a great group. You seem to be very relaxed. We saw a beautiful huddle, a beautiful moment for you guys before the game started. You look to be in a good space at this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. And then last game, you know, we lost, but we were not far off when we were playing. So it was just the fact that we lost so many wickets at one point. Every time that we wanted to go, we lost a wicket, which was crucial. So we kind of knew what we had to do. It was the first game, so you can't really blame us. But, you know, tonight we came out and knew what we had to do and did it better. We executed.
And I also think Sam's bowled really well when he came out to bowl with a lot of variation. Not very quick, but variation, a lot of slow balls. He's got 3 wickets today as well.
Yes, and the variations are very important on this pitch because if you're going to bowl one pace, the batsman is going to latch on.
Okay.
So the variations were good. Sam's bowled brilliantly, and you know, hopefully he continues.
Let's take a look at those 3 wickets that he took tonight. Waka, talk us through them and what you liked about those variations.
Look, modern day cricketers, and they have got not only one slow delivery, they got 2 or 3 different types of slow deliveries. And Sam's is really good. I mean, he's a great all-rounder. He bowls slow deliveries well, and he's got a decent pace also. So when he gets it right, he's a wicket-taking bowler. Uses sort of both ends, I mean, over the wicket, around the wicket. He makes sure that make sure that the batters are always guessing what he's going to do, and when the batters are guessing, that means you're in trouble.
And
you're always worried.
Particular stats there. Look at the lengths. They were not just one particular place. 29% short, 25%, you know, between 6 and 8 meters, and then about 30% fuller, and of course a lot of slow balls as well.
I think most of the slow deliveries are up there in that 30% zone, and that's the right length.
I think that was the secret of his success.
Okay, well, Jonathan Charles, thank you. Congratulations. What a performance tonight. We loved watching you. We look forward to watching you try and hold on to that green belt. You're right, it does suit you. We can sort you out a pair of those shoes in your size of Waqas. Don't you worry about that.
They'll fit him, I think so.
You go get yourself in an ice bath. Get ready for the next matchup, and thank you so much for tonight.
Thank you very much.
What a legend. All right, so we've heard a little bit about the Sharjah Warriors. Let's talk about the Dubai Capitals. And it was a tough old night for their skipper, David Warner, who, look, it is early days in this competition. We know he's going to score runs. It's just a matter of time. Big runs.
Yeah, he probably took a week off or something, but this day and age, especially his age, you can't take a week off. But yeah, he's a class player. He has been playing for so many years, being consistent in all the formats. He struggled a bit, but like you said, he's a consistent player. One more innings, he'll probably get back to in his gear.
The thing I really liked about his captaincy tonight, Waqar, was when he was doing an interview at the end of the game with Natalie Germanos. It was interesting hearing his thought behind when he bowled the spinners, how he used them, how he used his bowlers, having only the 5 bowlers that he used tonight.
Yeah, that was a little surprise for me because, you know, with only 5 bowlers, you could always bring on someone new and who the batters have not seen before, and he didn't do that, I think. And those big overs in the middle, when a player like Charles, he can fetch those couple of big overs, then it becomes really, really difficult. You look to build that sort of pressure by bowling good overs, and then suddenly one big overs, you know, thing collapse. And 170 was never enough, I think.
So they talked about the toss being a bit of an issue, but, you know, you have to do what you have to do. So they have to figure out a way to make better decisions out there. But he did look animated again, and like he looks like he wants to do
He
well
looked
in this
frustrated as well because he wasn't getting the hang of the pitch, and I think they bowled brilliantly, the Warrior bowlers. Chris Woke, especially with the new ball, at 50% with the slow balls and different slow balls, not just one of, like Vicky said, nowadays bowlers have their armory, all the back of a hand, the leg cutter, the off cutter. He bowled all of them, and they all worked against him.
He was also running a fruit shop at one point there. He was throwing bananas up to his children, which was great because beautiful bananas here actually in Dubai. It was very kind of him. But one bright spark for the Capitals tonight was Sam Billings, who I thought looked frustrated, similar to what we're talking about with David Warner in that first matchup, but great to see him get some runs.
Yeah, he is a wonderful, player. We all know that he's got fast hands and he plays all around the ground, and it's very difficult batsman to bowl at. It doesn't matter if you're a spinner or if you're a mystery spinner or you're a fast bowler. When he gets going, it is tough. It's very, very difficult because of those
He's
fast
equally good against spinners as well.
Yeah, he uses his feet
and
really
he
well.
attacked spinners today, like you said rightly. So he struggled early on. In the beginning, he looked out of touch, looked a bit rusty, and one after the first 6 he hit, and then he never looked back. Got very important 50 for his team.
He had a bit of an indifferent first season, so you knew that it was personal, him coming back here. I want to prove what he could do, or show us, remind us what he was capable of, Waka.
Look, when you talk to him, you know how much he loves this game and how much he loves being part of the team, being sort of out there, and he wants to get involved in everything, which is really good for the teams. And I think him in Capital side, I think they'll go a long way because he will really help Warner out there in the middle and with the bat also, and in the moving those fielders around, and also he's a brilliant slip cordon fielder.
He is a great character on and off the field. So let us now find out a little more about him.
What's your favorite holiday destination?
My favourite holiday destination is South Africa.
Favorite cheat meal?
Favourite cheat meal is my wife and I's favourite pizza.
What do you do when you're not playing cricket?
I play paddle tennis and golf, a lot of it.
Which teammate of yours could be a movie star?
Easy one this, David Warner.
Who would play you in your biopic?
Zac Efron.
What's your biggest fear?
Spiders.
What's your best quality?
Positivity.
What is your worst quality?
Worst quality. Disorganised.
Who's your cricket idol?
AB de Villiers.
And finally, what has been the biggest baval moment of your life?
My biggest baval moment is travelling down the coast of Australia to make my Test debut. During COVID times, it was absolute chaos.
Good fun, great to learn a little bit more about these individuals that are taken to the park here in the DP World ILT20. We have plenty coming up for you on Cricket Safari. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the next big matchup in Abu Dhabi. The Abu Dhabi Knight Riders, Shah Rukh Khan, their next match coming up on Cricket Safari. Dubai has hosted another cracker here in the DP World ILT20 match number 5, and the spoils go to the Sharjah Warriors by 5 wickets, and they looked good actually. It was a much more complete performance by the Warriors. The Capitals have a little bit of work to do. Niall has also joined Wasim and I on the sideline. Now, when you look at that scorecard, what for you stuck out?
Well, I think Tom Kohler-Cadmore said it pretty well post-match. 2 or 3 players really stuck their hands up. It wasn't a complete performance by any stretch of the imagination, but you got Tikshana with his beautiful finger spinner, trickery, and then you got Johnson Charles. You've got a player that gets 93 of just over 50 balls. You're going to win most games. I still think the coaches and the captain, the leadership in the dressing room say, guys, we played well there, but actually there's still a bit of work to be done.
And it's early stages, obviously, of this tournament, so
Sure.
there's plenty of work to be done. When you're looking at the Capitals tonight, we spoke about Sam Billings being a bright spark. What about Chimera and his performance with the ball?
A very exciting bowler. You see, we talk about pace all the time. Look at this delivery. I mean, he set him up beautifully. And that was a silly shot, obviously, by Dickwala, so experienced. But credit to Chameera. He's got pace. Most 44%, 45% of his deliveries are 142, 143 plus. And he's tall, he gets the bounce, beautiful slow ball. And every time captain brought him in, he got the wicket and breakthrough for him. And the other bowlers who didn't bowl well for Dubai. But in general, he is, I think, a very exciting prospect, not just for in this DP World ILT20, for world cricket.
Absolutely is. Now, what did you make of his performance?
Well, the key was, as Wasm said, pace. He bowled 140 plus. They didn't have a bowler all last season that topped the 140 mark. So what it does is creates pressure up front with the new ball because he can swing the new ball, but then it brings a slower ball into play because a slower ball is hard to pick up. So instead of bowlers bowling 125, 135, and then the slower ball being less effective, you've got a bloke that you know can hit you in the head. He's got a good Yorker, but then all of a sudden a slower ball because you're looking out for 2 or 3 different deliveries. Is he going to bowl with a bouncer? Is it the Yorker? Or is he going to bowl a slower ball? So much more difficult to face up against, but he got no support tonight. That was the issue for Dubai Capitals. Only 5 bowlers used.
Yeah.
I asked Mazhar, our master statsman upstairs, how difficult is it to win a T20 game just using 5 bowlers? He said it's nearly impossible. You need that 6th. David Warner had the 6th. He had Akif Raja, who was their leading wicket taker last season, not used. Strange one.
Let's talk about Sikandar Raza. Look, good innings, but there was what happened. There's ways you want to go out, and there's ways you don't want to go out. Now, talk us through this. What did you reckon?
Yeah, it was a beautiful delivery, slow ball around the wicket, and a lot of variations. Hit him on the chest first, then on his pad, then to the stumps, and fall on a stump. It's a little embarrassing at times for a player, I reckon, but it is one of those dismissals where you can't help. It's funny. Have anything happened to you like this in your career?
I got out twice in a season. Twice in a season, standing on my own stumps. I was wearing these new boots, fancy boots, and I slipped back on my stump when getting off for a single twice.
Was it?
And I'll tell you something happened to me not far away down in Sharjah. I was batting against the UAE in a first-class game. I just had a little dead bat defence. The ball just went there, and I just tapped it back to the bowler.
Yes.
Bowler appealed. Up went the finger. Umpire sent me on my way.
That's not so good. That is not so.
Well, I got recalled.
Oh, you did come back.
Kuram Khan, who's a wonderful man. He's a pilot now, ex-captain. He said, "No, we don't like that. We call Niall back." I got 100.
Well, I bet he wishes he didn't do that. Now, what about you, Wasm, for you?
Look, I retired almost 2 decades ago. I don't even remember I played cricket. But if I have to think any that I got out lots of time on funny kind of incidents, I think I got run out about 39, 40 times. One of the highest. Nobody knows that's a big secret. Not anymore. I wasn't the best one, especially end of my career.
Well, I was never a professional cricketer, so
most
I think you guys are
Pakistanis
very
aren't.
fine.
Most Pakistanis aren't the best runners between the wickets,
Inzi was okay.
unfortunately.
Inzi was okay.
I'm not talking about Inzi. He's very touchy about his running.
Okay.
Really is very touchy. He's going to
Okay.
find that clip and he's going to call me. Are you at me again?
Well, keep your phone handy then. There's some big matches still to come, obviously, in this DP World ILT20. Now, the Abu Dhabi Knight Riders got a win. How are they going to go against My Emirates? What's your prediction for this one, Niall?
I like this contest. Knight Riders, brimming with confidence, really, after opening day victory. Played some really good cricket, and there should be a good crowd in Abu Dhabi up against Nicholas Poor and My Emirates, who have won 1, lost 1, played well last night, truth be told. This should be a cracker. There's loads of Caribbean flavour in the air tomorrow in Abu Dhabi. 6 are plenty.
6 is a plenty. We hope to see that for sure. Shah Rukh Khan, though, will we see in the audience? I mean, he is the like you said, he is the best owner in these leagues. He's so
he's
great
the
with his
ultimate
team.
superstar.
Yeah.
Not just for last decade. I'm talking about 2.5 decades. I mean, like I said, outside his house, there are 3,000-4,000 people, 24/7, just waiting to get his glimpse. And if he's here or not here, I'm not sure. I don't think so. He has so much time on his hand. He's probably is here chilling and probably go to Abu Dhabi to support his team. But it'll be a cracker of a game. These two teams have a history in IPL and in DP World ILT20 as well.
So we look at Narayan as a captain for the Knight Riders. What do you think we can expect for him as a bowler in that matchup at that ground?
Well, he'll look forward to bowling to Nicholas Poor, and that's for sure. There's a lot of Trinidadian. I mentioned Caribbean flavour, but there's a lot of Trinidadian flavour. So you get a likes of Narayan up against Nicky Poor, and Narayan's a top-class operator. We're seeing a lot of good spin already in this tournament. Sikandar Raza's been good, Narayan's been good, and today Tikshana, and big boundaries in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Good sized boundaries. It's not a small
I
ground.
like that. That's the fun about T20 format. Fair battle between bat and ball. What I don't like, I understand crowd wants to see 6s and 4, but there has to be a proper battle. 50-50 chance to a batter and to a bowler. So Abu Dhabi, Dubai, they're actually very good outfields and of course good boundaries to 70 to 75 meters.
We talked about Pooran and his role as captain, but also his role with the bat and how much he wanted to lead from the front. And what did you make of his performance last night, and what can we expect at Abu Dhabi?
He's a very dangerous player. He's a match winner. He's like JC. Charles, the way he batted today, won the game on his own. He is one of them. They're not going to change their game. Him, Pollard, they're going to play their game. Doesn't matter the situation. 51 of 28 balls. He's in good nick. Like he said, he'll be a cracker of a game.
Probably the best player in the world, T20. Probably the best batter. For me, Nicholas Pooran over the last 12 months, probably the best batter in the world in this format.
One name that we weren't as familiar with as perhaps a Pooran was Andres Hoos. I almost said that the right way. I think he was simply superb here in Dubai last night, and a very calm character. I thought
Incredible.
He was brilliant, and I really enjoyed talking to him post-match. He really thinks about the game, and he really cares about being part of this team.
Yeah, he seems a very good player, a solid player, a strong player, and a big hitter. And he did the same thing like Charles did today. He played his game. He didn't worry about the situation, the bowlers, the opposition, and he played his game. And I think he's a new rising star in this shorter format.
If you saw that clip, though, where are all those boundaries? Leg side.
Yeah.
So if you're a night rider and you're doing your homework, you're doing your preparation, you've got to get your skills right. You've got to stay away from the stumps. Outside his arc, let him hit through the offside. He may well be very capable.
Probably will, yeah.
He's a very good player, but don't give him those easy hits leg side.
No, he's a very, very strong player as well, and I'm sure all of the teams are watching this because we'll give you all the insight for you of what you need to do for your homework going forward for the next matchups. So if you were going to pick, we've had a look at all of the teams. Now, if you're going to pick tomorrow night's result, who would it be for you? Who is your money on?
I'll go for Knight Riders. I think they have a good side. They had a bad season last year. They got some good players in their squad, and Skipper is also very much involved and bowling well. So I'll pick Knight Riders for myself.
Okay, you've picked them before in the past, absolutely. Yeah. For you?
I'm going to go Knight Riders, and I'm going to go Dre Russ to steal the show.
Okay.
Happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
You don't look happy. You look a bit disappointed with me there.
No, I'm just used to you here telling me a bit more why, but that's fine. I love that. I'll go my Emirates because, well, there's some Kiwis in there, and we always love to watch the Kiwis in action. So it's been a great opening weekend. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We're in line for a great tournament, aren't we?
Absolutely. Looking forward. Early days, but it's going to get closer and closer every game from now onwards.
You can see the lift already in Season 2, haven't you?
Bigger and better than last season. Last season was great. This year, better already.
So stay with us. Plenty more cricket coming up in the DP World ILT20. We'll see you soon.